I'm just letting people file in.
Okay, doke.
1 client, 2 clients, 3 clients.
Have you heard? Liu is Archon.
Liu is Archon? Did something awful happen again? Huh? Toodaloo.
Have you heard?
Liu is
Archon.
Did something awful happen again? When the sun's out, bathe in sunlight. But when the moon's out, bathe in moonlight.
What? What's so funny?
Remember when you got dropped into that guy's box and you panicked?
Yeah.
I'm uploading that.
Didn't you already upload it?
Let me check my YouTube channel first.
Because I'm pretty sure I saw it on your channel.
Okay, doke. Alright. Alright.
Okay.
Wait for this page. Yes. Alright. Studio.
15,
Huh?
16. That's a nice haul.
Toodaloo.
I got 13 subs. That's more than I thought I had.
Yeah.
1 client, 2 clients, 3
Oh,
clients.
yeah, I already did upload it. I titled it Remnant Panics.
Yep.
That's a nice haul.
Oh, it was classic.
Alright, I think that's good enough time. Welcome, everybody, to some
Hello.
more Genshin Impact. Last time, if I recall, we went to get all the blessings from the, I forgot what they're called. Well, to alert all the,
You mean?
yeah, to alert all the Adepti about the assassination of Rex Lapis, the Leeway Archon, I believe.
Yep, the Geo Archon.
Yeah. And this time we're going to continue that story where we left off, but first, I have something to do over here. Wait, you're not going to trigger it now? Okay. Now, I unlocked something.
Finally, I caught you.
Okay. Is something wrong, Sarah?
I have something I'd like the Knights of Favonius to do for me, and I want you to pass on my request to the acting Grand Master.
Hello? Who's trying to join me?
Not me.
I won't be accepting online until probably later in the stream.
Yeah, because he's doing the story missions.
Yeah, I usually say the online stuff for like the last hour, 30 minutes or so. Cause I want to get a good chunk of story in before doing online stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said.
Oh, so it's Jean you were really hoping to see. You are close with her.
We've
Well,
met.
I heard she has a lot of respect for you.
Yeah, she does.
Anyway, what was it you wanted us to tell Jean? Oh, yes. I must apologize for being unable to visit the Knights in person, but the restaurant has been so busy lately.
I can believe it.
Unfortunately, it's right in this busy season that the route between here and Springvale, which is used for the delivery of our ingredients, seems to have been occupied by the Hilichurls.
Oh dear.
The problem is that the suppliers in Springvale say that deliveries have nothing to do with them. They're just responsible for selling us the ingredients. That would be great.
Will do.
Please, ask Master Jean to send a party to clear out the hilly trolls from the road to Springvale. Help at last. With Jean on the case, this will be solved in no time. Thank you. Seems like everyone really trusts Jean. Oh, I nearly forgot. Charles the bartender said he's been having some trouble too. Why
Oh
don't we
boy.
stop by and see him on the way? Fine. In for a penny, in for a pound is the Paimon way. But this is really stretching the definition of on the way, in my opinion.
Master's Day Off. Oh boy, I gotta see where this storyline's going. Yo,
What
Charles.
do you think this is, kiddo? A fruit juice store?
How rude! Especially since we're here to help!
Help. Oh, yes. You're the acting grandmaster's new hotshot helper, aren't you?
That's one way of putting it, but...
Great. Tell Jean I need my quarterly tax return forms then. It's time to get Elzer on to doing the accounts again. I must say, though, the tax rate on alcohol in Mondstadt is pretty steep. Acting Grandmaster Jean personally goes over all the accounts.
Oh boy.
After all, the wine industry is Mondstadt's main source of income. Jean takes great pains to make sure no detail is overlooked.
Paimon never knew that. Jean's job is even harder than it seems.
Yes, I'm telling you, she's going to get overworked.
The acting Grandmaster's hard work indeed makes our lives a whole lot easier. We're certainly very lucky, but to put it bluntly, we just take it for granted that that's the norm now.
Wow. How do you sleep at night knowing how much pressure you put Jean under?
When you put it like that, I do feel quite ashamed. I suppose I should give her one on the house next time she's here. Although, I doubt the acting Grandmaster even has the time to spare for that.
Oh boy.
Like a poor excuse to deny Jean a free drink. Come on, let's go and see Jean.
I'm gonna feel so sorry for Jean.
Yes, yes you are.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, you two.
Oh hey Margaret.
Margaret? What are you doing here? My cat's gone missing. Have you seen it? No, not her. I imagine Diona's probably still in the tavern.
Okay.
And little Princey. Prince was just home, now he's gone.
I had to say it. Prince. Oh my god, even more.
Did you seriously think Diona was a house cat?
Hey, it was right there. We never met her. Okay, I've never met her officially.
This is a bit worrying. What if Prince can't
can't find his way home.
Nah, you're always such a big softie. But aren't we in the middle of something?
Ah.
Sarah and Charles need our help urgently, too. Let's go and see Jean first.
You're on the way to see Jean? What a coincidence.
Oh
I
my.
thought you were looking for a cat.
Yes, I wanted to see if Jean could help look for my cat.
Okay, that's just pure laziness. There are plenty of other citizens in the city to help you. Why specifically Jean?
Because everyone trusts her to get stuff done.
You want Jean to help look for your cat?
What's wrong with that? Jean's a really nice person.
Feel like this is a case of good people finish
Please
last.
mention it to Jean from me. I'll treat you to a brew at Cat's Tail later.
Oh my gosh, you could ask Diona to help.
Hey! Hey! Ugh, unbelievable. Guess the case of Prince the Missing Cat is now added to the agenda for our meeting
Personally,
with
Jean's
Jean.
too nice.
Oh my goodness, oh my gosh, I relate to her even more. Oh my gosh. Hey, Jean! Oh, you're sick, aren't you?
Acting Grandmaster?
Oh, shoot.
Oh, Master Jean?
Oh, it's our honorary night. Sorry, I must have been daydreaming.
Are you okay?
How can I assist?
Actually, it's not us who need your help. It's a bunch of other people.
I see. Well, thank you for your service to the people of Mondstadt.
Okay, you're in no condition to help.
I've made a note of these commissions in my files, and I will make arrangements accordingly.
Jean, you are not okay. I know when someone's like that. Trust me, I have experience.
Great! We didn't miss out on anyone's commissions, did we?
Oh no,
So
she's a
Tilly Churls, Charles Tax Return, Margaret's cat. That's everything.
Paimon, do you not know?
We'll be on our way then, Jean. Jean, are you okay?
Well, hey Barbara.
How's Jean holding up? Is it serious?
It's just burnout from work stress. She'll be fine after a good old rest. Thanks for bringing her here. She may have tried to keep soldiering on otherwise.
Oh dear.
It's not a surprise, though. She does have a lot to
Yeah.
get through every day.
Poor Jean. She's always been one to push herself too hard while overlooking her own needs. This isn't the first time something like this has happened. Oh, you think so? I mean, she's the acting Grand Master and all, and we can't have her collapsing all the time now, can we? So you know, it's not like this is a personal thing. It's just out of love for concern for the greater good. Yes, that's it.
Is there something I don't know, Barbara? Because the way you're talking, it seems like something's up.
What's up with Barbara?
you? While the master is down, the knights should shoot
You
her
want me to
burning.
tell you what
No?
Barbara's hiding?
Do you want to share with the stream?
It's not really much of a secret.
Go
Look
on.
at Jean. Look at Jean, and look at Barbara.
Oh, are they sisters?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's a very good
I was wondering because one
Sure,
of Barbara's lines is "Hope is tall as her big sister." Okay, now that makes more sense. I was like, is it one of the people from the church that she's talking about? Okay.
Jean has so much to do.
Yep.
An extra pair of hands can't hurt. You should go and check in at the headquarters. Jean will be fine with just me here.
Paimon feels like she's trying to get rid of us.
Why is that?
Hmm?
Nothing. We'll leave you to it. Come on, let's go.
Oh boy. Poor Jean.
Yep.
Honestly, I relate to her too much. Oh, so is your mic on for the stream? Because I don't know if I... Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear myself.
Alright, and then the stream? Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I can hear myself. Alright, I upgraded Hu Tao's spear.
Ah, what now?
Oh, it's Kaya.
Oh, hey, Kaya.
I've been waiting for you.
Of course you have.
I have been informed about Jean falling ill. On behalf of all of the Knights of Favonius, allow me to express my sincere gratitude for your assistance.
So courteous and polite. This isn't the Kaya Paimon knows.
Well, the circumstances warrant it. This is the acting Grand Master herself we're talking about. Now, in addition to that thank you message, there was one other thing.
You have a job
It's
for
like
us?
you read my mind. We have quite a connection, don't you think?
Things like helping to fill in for Jean.
Right. Although the commissions you reported to Jean have already been handed off to someone else, I am concerned that they will not be handled with due care without Jean's personal touch. So I am hoping that you can help out where you see fit.
Okay, so do the jobs.
I
Gotcha.
feel much more at ease knowing that the honorary knight is personally overseeing these cases.
You can flatter us all you want, but answer me this. Why don't you do it?
Oh, I have far more important matters to attend to. There are so many things to prepare.
Fine then. So it's Sarah, Charles, and Margaret's stuff you want us to help with, right?
Those are the ones. I appreciate the help. See.
See ya. Oh boy, we're... Talk to Margaret. Talk to Fine Charles. Sarah's worries. Oh boy. Oh hey Venti. Long time no see.
So, yours is the cat that went missing.
Hey, long time no see. How you been, boy?
T, have you come to help?
Me here to help you.
Even though I have to
Why, on the
fandom love you
contrary,
Venti as a
it is
girl.
I who needs the helping.
Wait, what'd you say?
Hmm?
What'd you say?
I said half the fandom thought Venti was a girl at first.
I could see, but I also can't at the same time.
I thought the statue was of a woman.
Hmm.
But Paimon just saw you talking to Margaret about Prince.
Aha! So, Prince is the name of the feline fiend who thieved my spare astral iron strings.
Wait, what?
Though it gladdens my heart to see that the free-spirited ethos of Mondstadt is alive and well in creatures great and small, still, it's a bit audacious.
Prince is a mischievous little rascal, all right.
Spoken just like a parent who chooses to spoil said rascal.
Indeed. Just like Barbados.
Yes, quite. Now, let's see about getting ourselves an audience with His Little Highness Prince Rascal of Mondstadt. I have a performance tonight, and without my spare strings, I shall have to disappoint my audience.
What would a kitty cat want with lyre strings anyway?
Everyone knows cats go crazy for a ball of string.
Yeah.
What? These lyre strings are made of astral iron, which contains animo energy. That makes them extremely durable, so I normally just roll them up in a ball to make them easier to carry. That's a trick of the trade from a traveling bard.
Okay.
The strings contain animo energy? That'll help us. It's time for you to use your elemental sight again. I'm unsure, there must be some elemental footprints or something.
Thank you all. Prince should be somewhere around the marketplace. It's a black cat you're looking for.
Oh, fun.
Oh, take this fish. It's Little Prince's favorite food. Maybe it'll help you find him.
Alright. Alright. Okay. So, in the marketplace... I'm guessing, is this a market? No. Okay, why is it showing me
Wow, Prince has very keen senses. It didn't take much to scare him off.
I didn't even see him! Where was he?
See if you can approach him crouching from behind. That way your footsteps will be quieter. It must be difficult not being able to float.
I didn't...
Anxious to find Prince. Why not coax him to you with some fish? Kitty cats do love eating fish. If you run out of fish, go grab some from the lake. Now
Oh,
back
it's
to
behind
it.
the building. Now I can see it.
I need... where is this animal energy? No? Aha! There you are!
What's that with your R2 ability?
Oh, my crouch. Ah, gotcha! Thanks for telling me about that. I would have never known.
Yeah, well, I just noticed the little R2 thing.
Prince! Where did you go running off to? Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
We definitely had our work cut out for us looking for him.
Oh, Princey, how could you leave me like that?
Looks like those two need some time to themselves. And here are your astral iron strings, Venti.
You found them! Wonderful! I was not optimistic they would turn up. I dare say that a private performance played using these very same strings would not be an excessive way to show my gratitude.
What?
Are you allergic? Are you allergic to cats? Oh my gosh, the The god of ammo! Allergic! Who would have thunk?
Apologies. At this distance, my cat allergy seems to be rearing its head.
Aha! I would have never thought a god would have allergies.
Oh, now Paimon gets why you didn't go looking for your strings by yourself?
Anyway, thanks for the help. I'll be going now.
I would have never thought I would see a god that has allergies. Not once in my frickin' life. Oh, hey, Lisa.
Lisa!
Lisa, are you here about the tax return?
Oh, hello, darling. You're quite right. After I heard about poor Jean, I thought I might lend a hand with some of her more literary duties.
Cool. Well, if we're no longer needed here, we'll be on our way.
Wait a moment. Actually, Charles here was wondering...
Please, allow me, ma'am. I just took a rather important order. But unfortunately, we've run completely dry, and the delivery from the winery is behind schedule. If it's not too much trouble, could you go and do something about this logistical nuisance?
What's so urgent about this order?
It came in at the last minute. Literally just a few seconds ago.
Exactly. Hence the urgency.
Let's see what I can do.
Get ready to fight.
Ernest. I'm still a little bit flabbergasted. We found a god who's allergic to cats. Never in my gaming career would I ever think that.
I know, right?
Transport balloon. Oh boy.
Oh, you have to protect that. Good luck.
So this is where Charles's delivery disappeared to.
Have you come to rescue me? I've been waiting
Actually, I
long
just
enough.
realized something.
What?
People are able to ask to join your world. So you could do like the combat parts of this co-op. I just noticed that.
Do you want to help?
For the transport balloon, sure. Those things can be a real pain.
In all the time I've been working at the winery, this is the
give you
first
1
time I've
second
been
to get
robbed
out of
by
my
hilly
teapot.
churls. If you'd taken any longer, I don't know what I would have done.
Fear not. My friend here is a
Alright,
hilly
as soon as I can
exterminator
return to my
extraordinaire.
world, I will join you.
Just as well. Then please escort this transporter to the end of the road. And be careful with it. Just beating up the hilly churls is not the aim here. You'd better make sure the goods stay intact because I certainly don't have the Mora to replace them.
I
Up
haven't.
ahead.
Oh boy, it's moving.
Oh dear.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
requesting to join.
Now, does this cancel the quest?
I hope not. It should. If it does, it should start at the beginning of this.
Wow, you made the transport go through
Go through what?
the hill, Charles.
Okay, I am here now.
Whoa, that teleported.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, these transport balloon quests are always irritating. Especially
Oh
once you
my
get
god,
like...
I broke through the barrier. It's...
Oh. Back away, Ram!
hurry up.
I'm trying to destroy the... And you know what? They barely do a thing to me. Unlike this! Oh, mine, Charles!
I'm coming to help.
You don't have to tell me to submit thing long.
Well, okay, that's teleporting.
No, it didn't teleport that time.
Is this the
Okay,
end?
dog.
Is this the end?
Alright. So, are you able to talk to him, or do you need me to leave?
Leave.
Okay, dog. Got to return to single player as well.
Please don't have to do that thing again.
You shouldn't.
Wait, where's the transport thing?
You should just have to be able to talk to the guy.
He's not here.
What?
I have to do it. Okay.
That is stupid. Behind you!
Yeah, I kind of figured it would have been that easy. Yep, it's all the way back here. Alright, I kind of figured it would have been that easy. At least I know what to do.
Have you come to rescue? And all the time I've been working, if you'd taken any longer, I don't...
Fear not!
Just as well. And be careful. I'll be waiting up...
Now, do I have to fight the things again? Yep.
I'll be right back. I gotta check something.
I had to do this all again.
Sorry.
And at least we discovered something.
Yeah. Don't join.
I kind of figured that would be too simple.
Let the show begin. Speed of light.
Okay, so that means I have to... whatever. I'll take the hit. I... Okay, what the frick? That was not there. I hate...
Don't blink. Nowhere to hide.
Okay. Made it.
Nice.
Thank you, my friend. I thought I was in deep trouble this time. It's a good thing you showed up. I'll put in a good word for you with the gentleman at the winery.
Thank you. Okay, one more thing to do.
Excuse you.
Frick you.
No.
Yes. Okay, Sarah. Okay, Sarah. Alright, so Sarah's the last one. Alright. Hey, Amber! How you been?
Got it. I'll set off right away. Amber, are you here to help out with Jean's commission? Oh, hi. Yeah, I was just getting ready. Who better than an outrider to mop up some hilly trails on the delivery route?
Yeah, true.
Oh. Sarah, what are you still stressing about? I'm an outrider, and I won't disappoint.
You misunderstand me. I don't doubt your abilities. I'm just overwhelmed at the number of orders piling up in front of me. Another bizarre order came in just now. It's like they're hosting a banquet or something.
Is there anything we can help with?
You don't mind helping?
Of course not.
That would be wonderful. You really are the good hunter's guardian angel.
Sure.
Yeah, well, those hilly trails are going to be a handful, too.
Well, why don't you take this order? Start by getting the ingredients.
Are you sure he can be trusted? It might end up tasting a bit funky.
Paimon, I swear to gosh.
We're well past the point of aiming for perfection. This is now a fight to save the good hunter's business.
A fight?
For this dish we need 3 sweet flowers and 3 fowls.
I'm pretty sure I have those.
Get ready. You too, Amber. I'll be waiting here.
Oh, yes, right.
I'm pretty sure I already have those.
Have you brought me 3 sweet flowers and 3...
Oh, I don't have 3 fowls. Oh, where do I get fowls?
Shoot birds with your bow. You can find a few by the Statue of the Seven in Windrise.
Frick, I thought I had enough. I have plenty of flowers. Well, might as well equip
Yeah, you might want to use Aloy, yeah. She could
artificial.
sneak up.
Artificial.
Well, Aloy will let you sneak up on the birds. Get closer to them. Because that's what her passive does. She can get close to enemies or animals that drop food items.
I'm Aloy. Ready for the hunt.
Okay, try to shoot a bird out of the air. A perfect amount of fouls. Perfect.
Yeah.
Just one bird gave me the amount of fouls I needed.
There's still
Yeah,
a long
because
road
doesn't
ahead.
each chicken have 2 drumsticks?
What? Those, I don't know what chickens you've seen, but those are not chickens.
You know what I mean.
Have you brought me 3 sweet flowers and...
Yeah,
Make some tonkatsu ramen.
Yep, that's everything. Now, order number 7 is for 1 sweet madame.
And so begins the story of us becoming basic kitchen hands.
I already have some sweet
You
madame.
did say you'd help Good Hunter out. Be sure to serve it while it's hot.
Well, you gotta make fresh.
Any news on that sweet madame?
I hear delicious sweet madame.
1 sweet madame received. Mmm, this smells absolutely divine. This is nothing less than what I would expect from a head chef, never mind a sous chef. Since you cook so well...
Yeah, so once you cook it,
might
you're
as
gonna
well
be on a
take the
time
sticky
limit.
honey roast next.
Or once you get to her.
Sticky honey roast?
In case
I'm
you
not
didn't
sure
finish
she's heard
already.
Amber and Kaya mention this one before.
That's right, a mainstay of the Good Hunter menu. It's my pride and joy.
Sticky honey
The knights
roast.
order it almost every time they come here for a gathering. Let me teach you the recipe for a sticky honey roast.
Wait, didn't you say it's your pride and joy? You're going to teach us how to make it? Just like that?
With your cooking skills, I don't think you will be doing a disservice to the Good Hunter brand. As soon as that sticky honey roast is ready, please bring it here.
Okay. First time cooking a sticky honey roast. Alright, where is that? Where is the sticky honey roast? Oh, what do I need? I need sugar.
I'm still waiting on 1 sticky honey roast.
Just buying 10 of these. Alright.
I'm still waiting on 1 sticky...
There you go.
This is... Wow! Did you really cook this?
Yep.
This is quite simply astonishing. You were born to be a head chef.
Are we released from kitchen duty now?
Yes, thanks ever so much for your help. Amber should be able to take care of everything else. If you ever get tired of being an adventurer, there'll be a job waiting for you at Good Hunter if you want it.
I'm not really an adventurer, I'm more of a traveler, really.
I think we're finally finished with the commissions we were doing for Jean. A day in the life of Jean really is hard work. Wonder how she's feeling now. Let's head to the cathedral and pay her a visit.
The cathedral's the highest point of Mondstadt. Oh boy.
Well, you could just teleport there.
Nah. Where's the fun in that? I'm still not going to get over a god being allergic. That's not going to leave my mind. Do 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 hey do. The cathedral, Cathedralia. Yeah, hey Barbara, how's Jean?
Hi, Barbara. We're back.
Barbara! Welcome back. You must be exhausted.
I'm not ashamed to admit I'm a simp for Barbara.
Jean has
Deal with
regained consciousness and should be back to her normal self soon enough.
That's great news. Let's go and see her.
But she just left the cathedral. I tried to tell her she needs more rest, but she
Oh
wouldn't
my
listen.
gosh. I'm starting to relate to Jean a bit too much.
She tried to act like she was fine and kept saying she wanted to get some fresh air. I bet you she's gone to Lady Vanessa's place again.
Lady Vanessa.
Oh, that huge tree at Windrise? That place is dedicated to Mondstadt's hero, Vanessa. Jean goes there whenever she feels lost and confused deep down inside.
Barbara,
You're gonna be getting a
that's
cutscene, so I'm going to mute my mic.
How do you know so much about Jean's innermost thoughts?
Jean, mentioned it to me, you know, before she left. That's what I'm worried about too. But I still have work to do here.
Don't worry, we'll take over nursing duty for now.
Great! That puts my mind at rest. May the Animo Archon protect you. And Jean.
Oh boy, to the big tree. Okay, teleport, teleport. Jade, it's alright to take a break, trust me. I know how you feel. Oh, cutscene.
Lady Vanessa, I hope your watch over Mondstadt remains unclouded. I do not know if I, or the rest of the world, as you had hoped for, have become stronger. Huh?
Hmm.
Hi, Jean. Are you feeling better now?
Much better. I was not expecting you to come here. Thank you for your concern.
Are you sure? We saw you beneath the tree just now, leaning on your sword. It looked like you were struggling. Are you sure you aren't pushing yourself too hard?
Oh, thank you. That means a lot to me. Hearing that boosts my spirits. But I must find a way to cope with minor setbacks like this on my own. Otherwise, how can I be the protector that Mondstadt needs me to be? The protector that Vanessa was.
You don't have to be exactly like Vanessa, whoever this person
You
is.
truly revere Vanessa, huh?
She was the hero
Vanessa
who
was the
saved
first
Mondstadt
Grandmaster,
from the tyranny of
a
a
kind
king.
yet formidable woman. I have always hoped to follow in her footsteps. As the Lion Fang Knight, she courageously overthrew the oppressive ruling aristocracy of her time. Then, she founded the Knights of Favonius and became known as the Dandelion Knight, spreading grace and compassion throughout the land.
Dandelion Knight? Isn't that your title?
Actually, all of the Knights of Favonius Masters throughout the ages have inherited the title of Dandelion Knight or Lion Fang Knight.
Oh, that makes sense now. You too want to be as gentle as the Dandelion Knight, and yet as fierce as the Lion Fang Knight.
Yes, I know it sounds like a huge honor inheriting both these titles from Vanessa, but I see it more as a huge responsibility. After all, it is a lot to live up to.
Paimon thinks so too.
Huh? Jean? Who's there?
Oh. Oh. Ah, the Abyss Mage.
Finally, an opportunity comes to get rid of the Master in a moment of weakness. And then you two show up and ruin everything. How did they know about Jean's condition? Choosing this moment to strike is a low blow, even for this lot.
As long as my name is the Dandelion Knight, I swear I shall not be defeated by such despicable means.
Yeah.
Since this opportunity has slipped away, I shall now be
Stop!
We'll handle him.
After him.
You just rest your butt.
Jean, you're still recovering.
No, I must go after him.
No, you rest your butt.
Jean, you can't keep doing this to yourself. Why can't you trust us to handle it?
I do trust you, but to let an enemy get away like this would be a major dereliction of duty.
And Jean, now you don't have to do everything.
Fine, but at least let us go with you.
Thank you for your understanding. I will graciously accept your help.
Yeesh. I should know. Too much. There's a thing that's too much help. Ow.
Are you hurt? Ugh, darn him and his traps.
How badly are you hurt? Oh, one of my own being injured because of me is the last thing I would wish for.
I'm fine.
Let me handle this alone.
No.
You are in no state to handle this alone. We're coming too.
Okay, but before we move out, at least let me heal everyone with my dandelion breeze.
Thanks. You're amazing.
Barbados, guide us.
Whoa.
Make sure you attack those guys with Jean's R2 ability. Then yeet them off that edge.
Just did.
Good.
They never saw what was coming. Did dandelion breeze. Fear of water. How about fear of fire? Yeah, someone should comment their fear of water. Bye-bye! Thank you. Now, do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Time to go.
With the wind!
Da-da-da. Oh, you're not dead? Okay, how about more fire and air?
I'll protect us. Speed of light.
Bank this.
Don't blink. Higher, higher, pants on fire.
bada boom.
Thanks to Barbara's help, my condition is better than I thought.
The main thing is that you're safe. Now, isn't it time to get back to Mondstadt and rest, Acting Grandmaster?
Yes, I should at
Did you
least go and
finish
thank
it?
Barbara again.
Yeah, just
I hope
finished the
she's not
fight.
upset with me.
Leave the domain. Mondstadt to Jade. Mondstadt to Jade. All right. Da, da, da.
Master, you finally returned. The Animo Archon protects you.
Swan, were you waiting for me? Has something happened?
Yes, at the Angel Share. Don't worry, it's nothing big, but... Okay, I know I said it's nothing big, but... Alright, how can I put this? They just really need the Acting Grand Master.
Oh, I think I know what this is.
Well, if you say so, Swan, I will go. I should not let the other knights down. It's fine. Now that I have had the chance to stretch my legs, I feel much better.
Oh boy.
Great. Thank you so much. You really saved me on this one.
For goodness sake, what is happening to the world? Swan used to be the most honest fellow. Now he's dumping things onto Jean.
Well, Swan was clearly agitated. Maybe it is an emergency after all. Let's go and see what this is all about, shall we?
Let's... This one bar.
Only at Quinn's Fruit.
Jean? I know Jean. Jean, I know she was on her way here. Did you take the long? Okay, I guess. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Aww, they were. Aww.
Yeah.
Oh, what's all this?
Aww.
It's a thank you party for you.
Oh, so that's what all the orders were.
A thank you party?
Jean, when we heard the news about your illness, we were all so worried about you.
We can only imagine how much pressure you must be under as acting Grand Master. And you do so much work all over Mondstadt.
We thought that since you so rarely take any time off, we'd take this chance to throw you a party. After all, you'll never let us do this once you're back at work.
Good point. Nice one, Kai. After all, you'll never let's do this once you're back at work. Yeah, fair enough.
Jean?
Is this Jean when she's shy? I've never seen her like this.
It's easy to forget that outside of work, Jean is just a normal person, like anyone else.
This is just all such a surprise. Thank you, everyone. This really means so much to me.
Take a break once in a while.
Well, it's nothing compared to the amount of work you do for all of us, day in and day out.
But there are so many things I still need to do.
Relax!
Fear not. We wanted to make sure you could relax and enjoy yourself. So while you were away, we all pitched in and finished off your work for you. Every last task.
Did you really? Even the issue with the food deliveries?
It was no different from what we see on patrol. A couple of hilly churls. Didn't take much to get rid of them.
Yeah, make sure to talk with everyone.
And the tax returns?
I spent so much time doing library admin. A few more pieces of paper to deal with was really nothing to worry about.
Well, what about Margaret's missing cat?
Are you kidding me? That rascally prince was apprehended by the brilliant honorary knight. And he also reclaimed my precious astral iron strings while he was at it.
Enough already. No more thinking about work today. Enjoy yourself while you've got the chance.
It is my honor to work alongside you all.
Oh, I gotta check something.
Archon's guidance.
Okay.
I'll be right back in a moment. I gotta pick up something.
Alright. Machine will wait. So, how you doing, everybody? Doo-doo-doo.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Sorry about that short little intermission.
Speaking of work,
Fine.
it
Sorry
must have
you're
been hard work to
doing
put all
what they
this
did for
together.
Jean.
Where did you find the time?
Actually, our
Hello?
friend here was the key
Hello.
organizer behind all of this.
Hey. So are you liking the party and stuff so far?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Me?
See all of this food and drink?
That's why I
He
didn't
made
spoil
sure it all
anything.
arrived on time.
I did?
Not only that, but he cooked each one of these beautiful dishes himself.
Did what?
So
Okay.
relax already. There's no need to be so modest. Of course, we also have Master D-Luke to thank for the venue.
Hey,
Otherwise, we'd be
D-Luke.
looking at quite an alarming bill right about now.
Thank you, D-Luke.
Despite my initial reluctance to sponsor a Knights of Favonius event in any way, I, like any other citizen of Mondstadt, owe Jean my gratitude for her hard work.
You care.
Oh, Master D-Luke,
D-Luke cares about Jean.
All right. Jean's supposed to be taking it easy. Stop crowding her.
Agreed. Now, let the party begin.
Woo! Let the party begin. Spirit cheerful party is off.
Everyone seems to be partying hard.
So talk to everybody.
Paimon thinks we should join in
Yeah.
the fun.
Oh, wow.
Amber, you look like you're about to burst into tears. Whatever is the matter?
Two things. One, this sweet madame. Two, this sticky honey roast. Did
Of course.
you make them?
You better believe it.
I refuse to believe it. Where did you suddenly learn to cook so well?
I have the master touch.
I'm going to finish eating this, and then you're going to teach me everything you know. Don't you dare try and run off.
Sorry, Amber, I have other things to do after this.
Has Amber been drinking?
Hey, Ven.
Paimon thinks she saw Jean go upstairs by herself. Let's make sure the woman of the hour doesn't get left out.
I will. Hey, Venti.
My word. The John Winery's wine
Yeah, I
is
think
every
you're like
bit as
Venti.
delectable as they say. I would never be able to afford this normally. So, in the spirit of enjoying the moment while it lasts, another glass for the bard, please.
Venti can drink a frightening amount.
Well, he is a god, so.
Ah, hello. I didn't see you there. I blame the wine for monopolizing my attention. Much like my balance, it deserves to be enjoyed for generations to come. What is this floating sensation I feel? Have I discovered the true
Never mind, he's
animal
drunk.
power?
That would be the drink talking.
I hereby declare that every son and daughter of the City of the Wind must be compelled to taste this finest of wines. Here's to good wine!
Yeah, you're drunk. Hey, Kaya.
Having a good time? The thing is, Jean knows all of us so well now. When someone organizes a surprise party for you, the closer you are to them, the more bashful you tend to feel about the whole thing. So instead, we just gave you all the credit. After all, you did do more than your fair share of the work anyway.
Of course! This party was clearly Kaya's idea. Shy Kaya? This is gold.
Shy Kaya. Never thought I'd see it today.
You think so?
So you admit it?
I'm only indulging you since it's such a special day today.
Alright. Yo, D-Luke, how are you?
That's glass number 37.
37?
What's D-Luke doing?
I'm keeping count of this bard's alarming pace of progress through my wine.
30? He drank 37. Venti, you have an addiction.
Only the knights drink for free.
Yes, he does.
It seems he didn't get the message. When he sobers up, I will present him with the bill.
Oh, he's not gonna like that.
You're a mean.
I'm joking, of course. I highly doubt he could afford it anyway, so I shall spare him the bill. But I must say, the sheer volume of alcohol this fellow can put back is just not normal.
Oh, you do know he's a... Wait, yeah, you do kind of know he's a god, so...
Yeah. You know, Venti could... Actually, no, Venti's not the god who can make money.
This is quite a lot of excitement considering the idea was to relax and take it easy.
Would a drink help you relax?
Is there anything without alcohol?
I kind of figured she wouldn't have anything without alcohol.
What do you normally drink?
Oh, you know, I normally mix a few things together, but I always add some bright red.
Red? Let me guess. Tomatoes. No, watermelon.
Chilies. I add chili peppers.
You drink chili peppers?
Chili pepper? In a drink?
Okay.
Leaving the hustle and bustle of the banquet behind them, the two of them stood there, together, in the quiet of the night, while the rest of the world melted away around them. Sounds like the sort of thing you'd find in a romantic novel, no? I'm not trying to get you to recite poetry to me or anything. I'm just saying, Jean went upstairs to the balcony, alone. Now's your
Lisa,
chance.
it's not what you think. It's not that, Lisa. Frick you.
D-Luke would murder him. Painfully.
As if he wants to admit the feelings.
No, but he would still murder you.
Like, seriously, Lisa. Oh my gosh, that wind.
Yeah.
Okay, where are you, G? Oh, she's on the balcony. Okay, yeah. Oh. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. Who is this, a cutscene? Hey, cutscene. Is it? I don't know.
Oh,
Never mind.
it is you.
Are you having a
Yes.
good time?
I am just getting some air.
You better not be thinking about work.
Uh-oh. It seems like something's bothering Jean.
I want to thank you again. Either way, it is good to be here together with everyone. It has lifted my spirits.
Yay.
It has taught me something.
Taught you what?
I am definitely more of a dandelion knight than a lion fang knight. The Lion Fang Knight represents Vanessa's past, a past in which she fought hard for Mondstadt. But it was the Dandelion Knight that represented her hopes for the future, a future belonging to the newly formed Knights of Favonius. I do believe that Vanessa watches over us, whether from high up above or from the wind all around us.
Let the wind lead.
The winds of freedom will guide us along the path that lies ahead. I hope you will continue to join us on that path.
Yeah, maybe sometime, but I have to go. I have more quests to do. Oh, I can make another, I could get another wish. Let's get that. Okay, I have 4 wishes. I'm probably gonna try to save them up, see if I can get probably Eula. But anyways, let's continue on with the story.
Yay!
The true Arca.
Oh, go ahead.
What were you about to say?
I was gonna ask you what your thoughts were on all that stuff.
Pretty interesting.
Like the story and what all the characters said in the bar.
Each had their own unique dialogues, and I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, especially Diluc's dialogue.
Yep.
37 glasses of wine.
37, yeesh.
Even for a god.
I'm surprised it took 37 to get him that drunk. Usually, it takes a normal person like around 10 glasses? I don't know because I don't drink.
I think it usually like 2 or 3. Depending on the person.
2, 3 to 10, I had to say.
Everyone has their own tolerance.
Limit, yeah, oh frick. But seriously. Alright. Talk to the bank staff. Okay.
Welcome, friend of child, and congratulations on the first day of your illustrious career with the Fatui.
I don't know if I should be glad I'm a part of, honorary member of the Fatui.
In this case, it's good.
I have no intention.
You sound remarkably sure of yourself. Remember, we are mere mortals. Our ideas are fluid like water. Only the Tsaritsa truly has a will as solid as the permafrost. But back to the matter at hand. Child tells me that he has upheld his end of your agreement.
What agreement? Oh, the thing about him helping us find a guy?
Correct. Child promised he would find someone to break the stalemate. And the Harbingers do not break their promises lightly.
Okay.
Where is that guy anyway?
Child is currently at Lioli Pavilion.
Louis Pavilion.
Oh, Paimon knows this one. There are 2 styles of cooking in Lioli, known as Li style and Yue style.
Li style and
Yue
Yue style.
for centuries, but neither has emerged as the clear winner. The flagship restaurant of the Li style is the Lioli Pavilion. The owner especially chose to open the restaurant at Feiyuan Slope so they could compete face-to-face with the Shinyue Kiosk, which is the flagship restaurant of the Yue style.
I just realized that it's all about food and Paimon knows it. Why was I surprised?
Yeah, why were you?
Don't talk to Paimon like that. Anyway, Paimon's hungry. Let's get moving.
Are you just a bottomless pit? Are you actually a black hole inside?
Could be. None of us know what she really is.
Farewell, Archaeac Lord. I was gonna say, wow, Paimon, you actually noticed stuff. We're just like, oh wait a minute, it's about food. Yeesh, I can barely open my window. You can hear that, right?
Yeah.
Alright, what am I supposed to do? Find child.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. He just popped out of nowhere.
Yeah, he has a habit of doing that.
Aha, you made it.
Yeah?
As promised, I found someone who can help you. Someone who can solve the mystery of why the Liyue Qixing would hide the Geo Archon's vessel.
So, where is he? In Liyue Pavilion?
He certainly is. Come, I'll introduce you. I took the liberty of setting up a business dinner, as per the Liyue custom.
Ooh. Ooh, cutscene.
Welcome back, sir. You honor us with your patronage. Mr. Zhongli is awaiting your arrival in the room you booked.
Oh, that was a small cutscene. Was that cutscene really necessary?
Eh.
It seemed very unnecessary. Oh, hey, it's you. I see. Oh, yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, I seen you about.
Allow me to introduce Mr. Zhongli.
Zhongli.
Organization known as Wang Sheng.
Yeah.
And a trusted associate of the Fatui. Indeed, Wang Sheng's line of work can be sensitive at times. Let's just say they understand when discretion is needed. And we, the Fatui, have always been glad to do business with friends who walk in the shadows.
Walk in the shadows?
It is an honor to meet you. I have heard tell of you from Mondstadt.
Discretion? Shadows? Is Wang Shen some kind of business involving dealing with people?
I don't think he's a hitman.
Indeed. It is as you...
Oh wait, he is a hitman. Okay, never mind. I retract my statement.
The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor organizes burials.
The funeral parlor?
We ensure that those who pass on do so in peace.
Did you think he was some sort of hired killer? The Fatui calls many such people friends, but the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does not dabble in such business. Well, ostensibly.
Ostensibly, that's a new word.
Well, they are still... I shouldn't say too much. In any case, I brought you to meet Mr. Zhongli because...
Because I can bring you to see Rex Lapis's vessel.
What?
Don't be so surprised. Sure, the Geo Archon's body has been squirreled away by order of the Tianquan Ningguang. But first, let's hear what Mr. Zhongli has to say, shall we?
Rex Lapis may be the prime of Adepti, but he is ultimately an Adeptus. Many Adepti have left us over the millennia. This is the inexorable trend. The times have changed. You must have felt it too when you were at Jueyun Karst. Archons go by many names. The god of contracts, the god of commerce, the warrior god, Morax, Rex Lapis. Is the idea that he also has the title of Adeptus so strange? As you have seen, the time of the Adepti is ending. and the time of mankind is slowly dawning. In years past, Liyue's tradition was that a huge memorial service be held to mark the passing of every Adeptus. But this time, the Qixing have made no attempt whatsoever to respect this tradition.
I am so sorry. No need to worry.
Yeah, the killer hasn't even been caught yet.
No, that was bad.
Deicide or not, the concern of the Wangsheng funeral parlor is this. When the ritual to receive this god is so kingly, it is all the more egregious for his final send-off to go unattended to. Traveler, Child has told me a lot about you. Since you have had dealings with the Animal Archon, could you ask you to help me prepare the Geo Archon's last rites?
If you really think about it, we don't have any other choice.
Oh, yeah, I guess
Indeed,
so.
no amount of consideration can change this outcome. The Qianquan Ningguang has forbidden anyone from accessing Rex Lapis's vessel, which of course you would need to access if you were to achieve your goal of meeting all of the seven.
Precisely. Only by participating in the rite of parting will you be able to see the form of Rex Lapis again. If we are agreed, come with me. We will speak of the details as we walk.
Alright.
Alright, my bridge building work here is done. Turned out well, didn't it? You can go if you want to. Don't worry about me. I might just have a few more drinks. And get acquainted with these things they call chopsticks in the meantime.
Wait, you don't know how to use chopsticks? Okay, Zhongli. The Louisville Pavilion. Okay. Oh, I had to wait for him to load in. Hold on. There you are.
After having experienced the land of the absentee Archon, traveler, how does it feel to know that our Archon and Adepti are here all around you in Liyue?
I prefer the atmosphere of Mondstadt or Liyue is a better place. Honestly, I prefer Mondstadt.
I see. So you're that sort of person. It's not a bad thing. But I suppose you have yet to experience the substance of Liyue's 3,700 years of divinity. Organizing the rite of parting should prove to be an enlightening part of your travels. Liyue is the most prosperous of the 7 nations, defended by deities and ruled by the Qixing. As such, the diplomatic maneuverings of the Fatui have gained no purchase here. Ningguang of the Qixing has always been on her guard against the Fatui. That is in all likelihood why Child wants to make use of the Wangsheng funeral parlor's connections.
Huh. What would Child get out of us doing the rite of parting anyway?
I neither know nor do I wish to know. As far as I am concerned, the Fatui are merely financial sponsors. I only wish for Liyue's traditions to endure. These are the advance funds that Child has provided. If you use them up, you can go to him to apply for any subsequent funding.
Wow!
Well then, Let us be off. The first step in our preparations shall be to obtain some prize Noctilucous jade worthy.
Noctilucous jade. I got a bag of Mora.
Yeah, try not to use all the money.
I'm going to spend it on things that are important to the quest.
Yeah. But still try not to spend all of it. If you can help it.
Okay.
Welcome to the Jade Mystery, my good friends. Would you like to try your luck betting on Jade? This could be your lucky day. It's cheap and it's fun, and who knows, you just might strike it rich.
Betting? No, we're here for... what was it again?
Noctilucous jade, of radiant grade at the very least.
Radiant grade, Noctilucous jade? I see. You're not a tourist. My apologies. I have some here for your perusal.
Alright,
What do you
Noctilucous.
think? The Jade Mystery is an old name in the jade business. Just look at that wonderful quality. Rex Lapis doesn't often bless us with such finery. Go on, pick whichever one you like.
These 3 pieces really do look pretty. Not like the ones you usually dig up. But how do we pick? Should we just grab one and go?
Oh? You want me to decide? That is fine as well.
Yeah, I want your
If it were
opinion.
me, the answer would be simple.
Oh? And that would be...
Wait, what would it be,
I'll take
Zhongli?
them all, boss.
Wait, take them all?
Oh, you act with such
Yeah.
panache, good sir. I always knew you were not a man of ordinary caliber.
Oh, wait, boss! That one didn't count! We need to discuss it again!
Wait. Do I buy all the...
Hey! If we only need one for the
Yeah.
ritual, aren't we wasting 3 times the Mora if we buy them all?
Oh, Mora.
Well, more isn't really a problem for me right now.
It is as you say. I suppose I overlooked this particular aspect of the transaction.
Huh? How do you not think about Mora when buying things?
If one must always consider Mora before acting, then in all things one is bound by Mora.
Oh.
What?
All Mora is currency, but not all currency is Mora.
Yeah, Shangli has a bad sense of money.
He's talking about
How
economic.
the rich live?
I don't know.
He knows a lot about big money, but not a lot about big savings.
No need to waver. Even when I am constrained by Mora, I have ways of working around my limitations. Evaluating the quality of Noctilucous jade is indeed very tricky. As crude ore, there is little difference in texture, lustrousness, and internal pattern between good and bad jade. Only after the item made using Noctilucous jade has taken shape will you be able to see whether it is up to par or not. If you return to those crafty merchants to quibble, they will counter by saying that your crafting bench is to blame, or that your heat control was poor.
Whoa! To think it's that easy to get cheated.
But there is a way to truly evaluate this jade, and a true insider would know it.
What is it?
A fool sees the pointer and misses the moon.
What does that mean?
Fool sees the pointer and
If
misses
you
the
point
moon.
at the moon with your finger, a wise man knows that you are pointing at the moon, while a fool will only see the finger, the patterns, the facade. These are all the finger. Noctilucous jade is a mystical stone used to light up the darkness, and so its brightness is the important thing. It is the moon. Noctilucous jade of excellent quality would have superior pyro affinity. In other words, the bluer and brighter the luster of the ore under high temperature, the higher its quality.
So heat them up. Okay.
I have imparted the priceless secrets of the Jade trade to you. Now, all that's left is to put it into practice.
Priceless, huh? Paimon's just sad that we might never be able to use it again. We're back to buy some rocks, boss. But can you let us burn them first?
Burn them? You can't do that, my friends. If you were to do so, what would I have to sell? That would... well... fine. As you wish, then. How about this? I can take a small sample of all three. I'll take a bit of a loss. We'll count it as a friendly gesture.
Don't worry. I know the rules. As long as we can prove that it is good jade, you will not take a loss.
Alright.
Alright, take these as samples. I've carved them off with a knife and tagged them to boot.
Aren't these too thin? Even paper's thicker. No, even a bug's wings are thicker. These are almost see-through.
Oh, you flatter me, but I have to be gentle with these rocks. They are my pride and joy. If I'd taken off even a bit more, it would have killed me.
Okay.
But wouldn't something this thin go poof if we held it to the fire?
It can't be helped. Trying to deprive a merchant of his profits
The heck?
would be like forcing a ravenous wolf to vomit up the food in its stomach. Nonetheless, under the right conditions, these thin slices will serve.
What sort of conditions?
While we add the high temperatures using pyro, we can use hydro to reinforce it from within. This way, the samples will not disintegrate immediately.
Oh! Oh, sir, to think you were this learned. Thank you for your understanding.
Strictly speaking, asking for samples when we have not yet agreed to purchase the goods is unfair. Trade in Liyue must be based upon fairness.
Okay, yeah, I can't figure it.
Guess we just need to find a place to try this out.
Wait, Zhongling's? Can we actually go to Zhongling's place?
You mean at Wanmin restaurant? As long as we do it when she's not in.
Hey, sure, she met us before.
That would not do.
Oh.
It is a place where people come and go. They would be endangered if the elemental reaction were to get out of control.
Ah, fair enough.
We can...
Ooh, Paimon remembers. We once saw this big pot down at the Data Upa Gorge in the camp of the hilly churls from the Meaty tribe. It's real sturdy and should be able to take the elemental reactions. Now, let's pack those samples up and make a move.
Ah, Dapaguga Gorge. Been a while. Luckily, we cleared this place out.
The monsters respawn, remember?
I was trying to be hopeful, you mother chucker.
This dog needs to bleep off!
Are you telling that to yourself?
I'm talking about the one in game! Start this stupid event! How far away do I have to swim for it to be out of your detection range? Gosh!
It has been a long
better not run out
time
of
since I
stamina.
last set foot in the Nation of Wind. A friend of mine from Mondstadt would always bring a few bottles of locally brewed dandelion wine whenever he came to visit me in Liyue. It must be said that the famed liquor of the land of pastorals is far better than Sumeru's frigid snake wine.
Yeah.
That's the pot! It looks like the hilly trolls are still using it. It's a bit late, but we gotta cut the line.
Boy.
Let's dance. Speed of light.
Okay. Take this.
There's still soup in here. These hilly churls sure have big appetites.
That's our lab now.
Looks like it could be used as our hydro elemental protection. Let's fire it up and begin our experiment.
Okay, let's do it.
We're ready to go. Paimon will help remember which one of the three is which. Use pyro to keep making the pot hotter until we get the results we need. Mr. Zhongli said that the shinier and bluer the ore gets, the better it is. So, pay close attention.
Okay, John. Hutao, I need you.
Time to go. Whoa, that light came from the first Noctilucous Jade. Hilly trolls are surrounding us again. Were they attracted by the light?
Yeah, make sure you pay attention when doing
Let's
this.
take care of them and continue again after.
Let the show begin.
Cut to the chase. Speed of light.
Okay, alright.
Come on, we can do it.
Don't blink.
Okay.
That light came from the second Noctilucous Jade, didn't it? More hilly trolls. They don't give up, do they? Looks like they're mad that we ruined their food.
Disappear!
I'll protect us.
Speed of light.
Take this, Mega Churl.
How am I supposed to rescue the third freaking animal?
Calm down, man. Calm down.
These stupid challenges are getting harder and harder, and I gotta go rent sucrose.
Okay, let's give some food to Hutao so she could use pyro.
Oh, that's bright! Too bright! That was the third Noctilucous Jade, wasn't it? It was so much shinier than the rest. Let's go with that one. Let's head back to the Jade Mystery to...
Moonfinger.
buy some jade, shall we?
Do 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 do.
I remember the third one.
Third one. It's the third one. Third one. It's the third one.
You're back, my friends. I've kept the goods for you. Which of them would you like?
The third.
Exactly. That's the one Paimon
No problem. If you have your eye on this one, you can have it.
Then we'll take a box of the third type of jade.
Done. All the same, and pardon me for asking, but I'm curious. Whatever do you need this much top-quality Noctilucous jade for?
I suppose it would not hurt to tell you. We need them to make implements for the rite of parting.
Parting? Oh, dear. I'd heard the rumors, but had given much thought to them. This means that Rex Lapis really is...
Yep.
Oh, it's hard to believe. Even though the Jade Mystery has been in decline, we have always been under his protection. It is said that when our Lord lost his way while going incognito in the city 200 years ago, it was a spoon from the Jade Mystery that he had used to sample the local delights. Alas, alas, all things must pass. Well, if this is to be used to say farewell to Rex Lapis, then I shall sell this to you at half the price.
Oh, thank you!
Sure, you didn't want to even give us an inch before.
If not for our Lord's protection, this city wouldn't exist as it does now. No proprietor could earn money off such a thing.
I'm sure Rex Lapis will feel your sentiment, boss.
In the safe hands of the Liyue Qixing and good honest merchants such as yourself, I for one believe that Liyue will continue to prosper as it always has done.
All right. Thank you, my friends. What's with me getting all sentimental like this? I'll practically be giving away all my fortune at this rate.
Now that we've made our choice, let's take this Noctilucous jade back.
Hey, wait a minute. He said it was half price, not that we could leave without paying.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I must have forgotten to do that too. Let me see. As I thought, I didn't bring any.
Oh my...
Mora. My apologies.
What?
Another...
You didn't bring any Mora? I thought you were rich.
Yes.
Oh, that won't do. This isn't some small sum. Oh, wait. Didn't Child give us some advanced funds earlier?
Yeah, he did, but I can pay with my own Mora.
That's a relief. Have a look, Bob.
It's fine. Just enough for half price. Though to be honest, it'd be all right even if the sum wasn't quite enough.
Well, it's settled then. Let's take this jade to Yujing Terrace. That's where we plan to hold the rite.
Look at you bossing everyone around. You didn't cough up a single Mora.
It seems that we must. I will keep that in mind. Thanks, both of you.
Oh my gosh. Yeesh. Let me heal up my squad a bit. Who tell you're good for now since your ability activates when the 50% are under, so. Going up, going up, going up, going up. Do da 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 da. Put in an Oculus Jade, and I got that thing fixed.
Yeah.
They got that thing fixed. Huh.
We can leave the jade here. I have already called for a jewelsmith to shape them into the implements that we will need.
Are you sure no one will steal them?
Yes. I have yet to go and see Child. So, as for the jewelsmith's remuneration...
guess we can't do anything else. Also, is this where we're doing the rite of parting?
Yes. I have already rented this location, and have begun making preparations for the rite. That's right. The Liu and Qixing have acquiesced to using the same location.
But when something this big happened here, should suspects like us really be at the crime scene? We might get caught by the Millilith.
That is true.
That said, since we got back from Dwayne Karst, none of those pesky Millilith soldiers have come chasing after us. Wonder what that's about. Also, the, Rex Lapis vessel.
Traditionally, we call it the Exuvia.
Ah, right! That's what it was called. You seem to know everything, Mr. Zhongli. So, was this Exuvia hidden away by the Qixing? I mean, we haven't even figured out who the murderer is.
One must think that they already have someone in mind. Or perhaps they already know. Surely they must have found all the evidence that there is to find here.
Yeah, that's odd.
These things are for the authorities in Eugene Terrace to consider. Trying to help would probably only add to their troubles. Before the rite is conducted, the Exuvia will be kept temporarily in the Golden House.
Golden House?
The only mint in Liyue, which is to say the only mint in Teyvat. All the mora that flows throughout the world is minted there.
Wow!
Paimon's expression says it all.
Oh, no! Paimon wasn't thinking about anything bad. Paimon thinks it suits Morax. But why do you know this, Mr. Zhongli?
He's
Since the rite of parting has the approval of the Qixing, it is a semi-official event. As such, there is already some limited information available. Perhaps each has their motives, but this is the capital of commerce. A little exploitation once in a while is not unacceptable. In Liyue, where the god of contracts reigns, only contracts may not be betrayed. I, for one, have no issue with little maneuvers outside their remit.
Okay.
Well, we should go and prepare the perfumes used in the rite.
Perfumes? Where'll we get those? Do we buy them?
No. Perfumes used to honor the gods must be freshly decocted. The quality of the silk flowers we require is also special.
Silk flowers.
Silk petals contain a fibrous material of good quality, often used in brocade making. Its scent, however, is most elegant, and is especially suited for solemn events, like giving offerings to gods and adepti.
It's time for Zhongli's lectures on high society again.
We shall not speak of the details right now. Follow me. We shall go to the merchants to purchase our ingredients.
Okay, I just got a message from my mother. There have been power outages around where I live. So if this stream shuts off for any reason, you know why.
Alright, thanks for the heads up. Yeah, my power went out earlier too. Like 3 seconds. But yeah.
So yeah, if this stream just suddenly turns off and doesn't come back on, you guys will know why. Oh, it's you, Mr. Bola.
Hey, boss. Do you sell silk flowers here?
Silk flowers? We certainly do. Which kind would you like?
Which kind? The good kind? The best kind? Remind Paimon what kinds there are again?
Ugh, you ignorant shoppers. Always coming in here with your stupid questions.
Golden House Maiden, Valley Weaver, and Fate's Yearning. One of each to start with, if you don't mind.
My goodness, this gentleman is quite the connoisseur. You two must be his servants. Please refrain from any further attempts to contribute.
Ah.
Please peruse at your leisure. Do let me know if you have any further thoughts.
Silk flowers exhibit different properties based on how their environmental conditions differ from their ancestral habitat. Nevertheless, these are fine specimens. Just look at the abundant foliage here, and these stamens, glamorous as a maiden of the Golden House.
I just saw that you didn't pick the emergency food option.
Yeah, I was tempted.
Smart man.
By contrast, this variety thrives in any dark, damp location, often in large clusters. Morphologically, it is distinguished by the profusion of petals and densely packed stamens, though its powerful scent gives it away just as easily. Lastly, this strain is quite the recluse. Unlike its exuberant cousins, flowers and foliage are minimal, and when in season, it has a subtle yet enduring scent. It was first discovered by the ancients when they scaled the mountains in search of the adepti. Silk flowers have all but disappeared from the wild today due to geographical changes over Liyue's history. Most are not grown by horticulturalists.
Wow, a true connoisseur. Most of that was news even to me.
I possess but a smattering of trivial knowledge. My traveler friend is the one to watch. They are on track to set foot in every corner of the world.
Oh, Mr. Zhongli, you're way too humble. So, which silk flower did you want anyway?
I'll take them all, boss.
Again?
How can I put this? When purchasing opera tickets, it is natural to decide based on which singer has the most melodious voice. The same logic applies when purchasing a pet bird, but this silk flower purchase is not an analogous case. The same logic does not apply.
Oh my.
Perhaps you don't know. Tradition states that we should decoct perfume from different subspecies of silk flower when making an offering to a statue of the Seven. Rex Lapis will then make his own choice between the scents. Like several other tedious and complicated traditions, this one has become simplified over time. But this is the only rite of parting to take place for one of the Seven in 3,700 years. As such, I do think we should honor tradition down to the last detail in this case. Now that's settled, a question. Do you have any Mora on you?
You are lucky I have more, mister.
You forgot to bring money again? Zhongli.
I see a pattern in
If I
this.
may interject, did I hear
But
you
really,
say
what
that
pattern?
these flowers are to be an offering to the Lord of Geo himself?
Yes, in a sense.
Gosh, well, why didn't you say so? I heard the awful news about what happened at this year's Rite of Dissension. It would be bad luck to say it out loud, but I've been worried about our dear Lord ever since. I'm worried that everything I've heard is true. Since these flowers will be used to glorify our Lord, they're free of charge. Just don't forget to pass on my regards.
Free of charge! Yay!
Why wouldn't I be? I would be nobody if not for Rex Lapis. If he hadn't written those poems in praise of my wares, they'd only be worth a fraction of what I can sell them for today.
Huh. So much folklore here revolves around Liyue's deity making cameo appearances in support of local businesses.
Thank you, boss. I think I speak for all of us when I say that your generosity has saved our skins.
Our skins? You were the one who forgot to bring money.
Please, it's the least I could do.
So, now that we've got the flowers, how do we make the perfume?
Ideally with the help of an expert. Unfortunately, none of my acquaintances have personal experience in the art of decoction.
We know an alchemist.
Talk about first world problems.
Hence, I need you to help by asking around in the city. Try the common folk, especially women.
So this time we get to go around town looking for nice-smelling ladies to talk to? Paimon likes this job.
I will wait for you near the Statue of the Seven. Meet me there when the perfume is ready.
Maybe we can find some good candidates at the Adventurers Guild. Let's ask Lan. She's master of the Leeway branch, right?
Lan. Oh, Lan, yeah, Lan. Like, I'm just teleporting over to near her.
Alright.
You gotta go?
No, my grandpa was letting me know the oven door is open. In case I go down. Which I will do soon, because I need to make me some.
If you can. Yo, Lan!
Not right now, though.
I stopped accepting commissions a long time ago. Sorry, you two, but you'll
I
just
think
have
I
to
know
ask
who you're
another
gonna go talk
adventurer.
to.
Oh, it's not that kind of favor.
No, it's just a person.
Teeny tiny thing.
Wow. Just wow. Do I look like the kind of girl who wears perfume to you? I think you're underestimating the kind of person I am.
Well, Paimon thinks you smell amazing. So come on, Lan. What's your secret if not perfume?
Now that you mention it, yes, there is something. What is that scent? Oh, it must be from the Qingxin flowers I picked on the way back. I forgot I still had them with me.
Aha! The truth is out. Lan's got a soft spot for wildflowers.
No, they were for medicinal use only. Anyway, this is a pointless conversation. If you want to know about perfume, try talking to Qimeng.
Qimeng.
Fortune teller, right? Paimon remembers she smells pretty good. Thanks, Lan. See you around.
Qimeng, where is Qimeng? Over here.
Hello. How may I help?
We've come to ask you a question.
Perfume? I rarely think to use it, let alone about how to make it myself.
Ah.
That said, some of the cosmetics I use are scented. Perhaps that's the cause of this confusion. Since I usually set up my stall by the docks, I avoid perfume like the plague, because Celestia forbid those lusty sailors catch a whiff and come hunting for the source.
That's the worst thing Paimon's heard all day.
Yeesh.
On the subject, have you never heard anyone mention Yingar's homemade perfume?
Yingar? Oh, as in scent of spring Yingar?
Yes, that's her. Many a rich family's daughter has gotten her to make perfume for them. Apparently, her homemade product is better than anything you'll find on the market.
Great! This is just the intel we need. Finally, we're getting somewhere.
Alright, let's go to here. Who knew this would be a lengthy process to just get frickin' perfume?
Yeah, just wait till you hear her dialogue in there. I think that's how you pronounce her name, I'm not sure.
Ying, whatever.
Well, hello. You found me at last. I've been waiting for you.
Been waiting for me, what?
How did you know we were coming?
Oh, I heard a rumor about a couple who were snooping around town looking for a sweet-smelling lady. Actually, I was starting to worry you wouldn't find me. This is the ultimate test of my appeal, after all.
Lady, we just need perfume.
Snooping around? Why are you making it out like we're bad people?
What can I say? People love to talk. Maybe you ought to be more discreet in the future if you don't want word to get around. Relax. I know why you're here. You want to get your hand on my homemade perfume, don't you? What kind would you like? 3 in one go. My goodness. You have extreme tastes for someone your age. Maybe the rumors I heard were true after all. You're on the prowl and need some sweet-smelling ammunition? Is that it?
It's for Rex Lapis, lady.
Is that the best you could come up with?
Even if you were genuinely offering perfume to a deity, that doesn't explain why you'd need 3 kinds. Sorry, your story just doesn't hold water.
Zhongli was right. People don't remember this tradition anymore.
As one of my favorite poems goes, O cherry tree, begrudge not thy blossoms as they are deflowered in the spring, for come winter, even thy sturdiest wood shall wither.
Oh my goodness.
That went over Paimon's head a little.
In short, I'm happy to help. Traveler, you can be my assistant, but you'd better make sure I'm the only person on your mind while you're hanging around with me.
Okay, lady, back off. I'm not looking for anyone right now.
So, where is a good place
Yeah, he's
for
got Hu
making
Tao.
sweet, sweet perfume?
Wait, Davaguga Gorge?
Where is that? Mondstadt?
No.
We're only making some perfume. There's no need to go to such ridiculous lengths. Somewhere closer to home will do. Let's go for the
Dang it, the one time I did choose Zhongling's restaurant. Gosh!
Oh, I felt the same way, pal.
The one time I didn't choose that. Yeah.
I've had a word with Chef Mao. We can start work now. Are you ready to please me?
Lady, I don't like the way you're talking to me.
She talks like that all the time.
I meant make me proud, as my assistant, obviously.
Listen, I already know a lady who talks like that, and I know her do the work.
While I'm setting up, you can go and fetch some water.
Try something new at the Wanmin restaurant.
This will do nicely. Now, I need you to extract the silk flower essence using a crafting bench. Perfume making uses an altogether different technique from alchemy. Here, let me teach you. Very carefully, take hold of the mortar and pestle. Gently does it. You need to keep your wrist firm so your hand doesn't slip. Now use your strong hand to stir it with a persistent rhythm. Keep going until the juices start to come out.
Oh my gosh. If I wanted to hear this again, I would have gone and talked to Lisa.
Deal with it.
Ooh, you're a natural, like a fish to water. Now take these and try it out on your own using a nearby crafting bench. Don't forget to do all 3. They look visually identical during the essence extraction process, but I will put them into separate containers when the perfume is ready.
Man, just this to make for some perfume.
So, what do you think of the ladies so far?
Less tolerable than Lisa.
This is some exclusive silk flower essence. On to the next stage, the most important one of all.
How many stages do we have to go to make perfume?
The essence is placed into water and simmered over a low heat until most of the water has boiled off. You must take care to control the heat during this process. If the temperature goes too high, it will affect the scent. So please, focus on controlling the heat. This is the final step. Don't waste a drop of that essence now. We want all of it in there.
Yum yang, make some perfume.
All 3 perfumes are ready, and you, my friend, were a wonderful assistant. A testament to the lengths you will go to for romance. It's so rare to see nowadays.
I told you something like this.
Shall I give you a brief overview of each scent? It might just help you match the right scent to the right occasion.
No, I'm good. Paimon, shut up!
This first one is sweet as candy, straight out of a fairy tale. Younger women will love it.
Oh my
The
gosh.
second one is for those with more refined tastes. The first choice for daughters of high society.
Oh my
Finally,
gosh.
the third one has a soft but lingering scent, like a mist that captures the last light of dusk. Mature women adore this one. All clear? Don't get them mixed up now.
Why can I imagine you're red in the face right now?
Good.
I'm not, but it's about to get there.
Anything, okay? I'll leave you with some parting words. One who tries to sail 3 boats simultaneously should be careful not to go overboard. Come and hang out with me at Scent of Spring sometime, okay?
I'll probably forget your name. Who was?
These 3 perfumes over to the Statue of the 7.
Oh, the perfume lady?
Who was she again?
The lady who got red in the face.
Yeah. Frick you.
Yeah, you can actually talk to her any time.
Oh, great.
Trust me, her dialogue is funny.
Zhongli, here you go.
We've brought the perfumes, Mr. Zhongli. Did we take too long? You were just staring up at the statue.
Oh, you're back. Don't worry, I haven't waited long. Compared to the watch that Rex Lapis's statues have kept over Liyue, this was but a brief moment.
Well, how can a person compete with a statue?
That is true. Well, have you brought the perfumes?
3 sets, and not 1 less.
Thank you both. Let us offer them up.
This is the first kind of perfume. Miss Yinger said that it's sweet as a dream, and it's liked by younger ladies. This is the second kind. It's got an elegant smell, and the daughters of high society love it. The third kind has a gentle but lingering fragrance. Something like the dusk mist. And it's a favorite of mature ladies.
Mm.
Oh, what was that? That's the one older ladies like, right? Does that mean that Rex Lapis is actually an older lady?
Perhaps. Perhaps.
Who knows? Who knows who these gods can be?
Rex Lapis has taken on countless forms. Perhaps that really was one of them.
What a shame. We only got to see the giant dragon form, and... Let's hope the Chi-Sing can catch the real killer.
We can leave that to the authorities. Let us focus on the fond farewell for Rex Lapis.
Something tells me we're going to be the ones to catch the real killer.
So, we finished another step in our preparation.
Yep.
Just a hunch.
Next, I would like the 2 of you
It's
to
just
help
a
me
hunch,
borrow
my
the
good
cleansing
Watson.
bell.
I need you to help me borrow the cleansing bell.
At present, a friend of mine named Madame Ping is the guardian of the cleansing bell.
I think I might know what
She
you
lives
have
near
to do
Eugene
here.
Terrace. If you ask her, she will know what to do.
Okay.
Sure, but aren't you going to come with us?
Ah, I have certain reasons why I cannot be there in person. Please, do this for me.
Man, why has he gotta be so secretive this time?
Paimon, I have no clue.
I know what this is.
What?
I'm not gonna spoil the surprise. In case you can tell, I have a big troll face on right now.
Of course you do.
The realm within.
The power within. The power within.
I will shoot you.
The power within. The
I will
power
shoot
within.
you, so help me, mister.
The power within. The power within.
Stream, avert your eyes while I hurt him. Or whoever's watching this on YouTube after the stream's over.
Dun, 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 dun. Yo, Madam Ping.
All things must change. It's nothing. It's nothing. I just thought it a great shame that so many of these glazed lilies have wilted.
What happened to them?
Back in my day, people said that glazed lilies can read human hearts. If they heard beautiful sounds like laughter and singing, they would also bloom joyfully.
Aww.
But if they heard much wild gossip or slander, they would quickly wither away.
So that means these flowers feel what's happening in Lilith?
Yes, the rumors of Rex Lapis's death are no small matter. They are everywhere. Some say it was a Fatui plot. Others say that the Chising made it all up. And still others think that which lies in the deep is breaking free. This harbor is like a mountain of dry tinder. One spark, and the fire will consume us all. Well, I shall say no more. This old woman's grown too old and naggy. Did you have something to say, youngster? Ah, that old trinket. I remember it being here with me, but I've grown old. I can't quite recall where it is exactly. An old friend of mine used to wear it on his person. Back when I was young, he saw me gazing at it often and gave it to me. But he told me then that if someone should come to borrow that bell, I should not be loath to part with it. It has been many years, and who knows how many times someone has come to borrow this bell. Still, though, I can't recall when it started. It's been a long time since anyone has come to borrow it. Oh, these old bones are so slow to look for things. I doubt you can wait that long.
That's right, Granny. We'll follow you back home and search for it ourselves. And, we can help with chores if you want to.
All right, children. There is no need to worry. I didn't place the bell very far away.
Okay,
Do you live near here, Granny? Whoa, but this is Eugene Terrace. It's gotta be expensive.
Oh, an old lady like me can't afford to buy a place in this city. See this ceramic teapot? My entire household is in here.
wait, your household is inside a teapot?
How does that work?
Oh, youngsters. I simply mean that the bell is somewhere inside this teapot, and you are quite welcome to borrow it. If you can find it.
Wait, what? Is this what the Serenity Teapot is?
Pretty much.
Is it literally a teapot?
Why do you think it's called the Serenity Teapot?
I just thought it was a good, funny name. We actually went inside the teapot. I'm done. We actually went inside the teapot.
Yep.
This is the handle and this is my spout. Now we can actually do the teapot dance. Whoa. This is the old lady's teapot?
Hmm?
This is the old lady's teapot?
Yeah, that's her teapot, yeah.
What just happened?
Youngsters, this is where this old woman keeps all her things. Quickly now, go fetch that bell.
Whoa! That sounds like Granny's voice. So, this is her teapot?
What the
What's going on?
Oh dear, so many cobwebs. It seems I really haven't cleaned it in a long while. Sorry to trouble you, children. Please help.
It'd be best to use Barbara for those webs. Or, Amber.
Yeesh. I thought the teapot was just a fancy name for it. I didn't think it was an actual teapot.
Your reaction is hilarious.
Let the show begin. Incoming. Nowhere to hide. Speed of light.
I think that's it.
You know, with such a special teapot and the cleansing bell, do you think this old granny could also be an adeptus?
I have no clue at this rate, Paimon. She could be the Archon for all I care. What the f- Oh, that caught me so off guard! No!
What? No, actually, what?
Up, I am falling to my death.
Oh, I see what happened up in platforms.
That caught me so off guard.
Yeah, I was moving slowly when I did this.
Oh my god, it happened again! Please let me climb.
Paimon's more and more convinced that she's in it.
Oh my gosh.
What the heck?
Okay. I'm gonna break that.
Let's dance. Time to go.
Yeah, take out that ice guy first. That's where I am. You just encounter all those slimes.
Come out here near this exploding fruit.
Let the show begin. Huh?
Gosh dang it, I hate
Slimes.
How many levels does this teapot have? It would be nice if we had one of these too.
Wait, do we get a teapot after this, or?
You have to complete all the Lewa quests first.
Oh, that sucks.
And then you have to complete another set of quests.
That sucks.
Or actually get the teapot.
That sucks.
Make sure you're gathering wood from all the trees you can, though. 'Cause you're gonna need that.
Oh, now you tell me?
I told you when you first started the game!
You didn't tell me to collect them inside these places.
Well, you can't collect it from in there. I mean from normal trees. You can't collect the
you
stuff from the
found
trees in
it.
there.
Youngsters are so quick on their feet.
Yeah, your teapot's infested with monsters.
All right, that'll do. Come on out now, children.
You might need to reorganize because your teapot is infested with slimes.
To be fair, slimes are just made of elemental energy. So you can't really blame her for that.
After this little mission, I think I'm gonna call it.
Alright.
Cause I'm still worried about the windstorms.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Oh my god, what happened to my clothes? They're a little polygon.
Oh, in and out in no time. You youngsters really are quick.
Are you at this one?
Oh, I haven't heard anyone say those words in earnest for a long time. As to whether I am one or not, child. Surely you already understand.
Paimon kinda knows what you mean, but is also kinda confused. Are you really giving us the bell just like that, Granny? Don't you think it's weird? Something's just happened to Rex Lapis and then we come running up asking for it?
Oh, don't be silly.
Oh.
Lyra Harbor has been through a great deal in its history. In that time, it has seen the departure of countless Adepti. But no matter what, we have always performed the rite of parting first before any other matters.
Hey, you remember the rite of parting?
Catch the murderer at the top of one's lungs, but ignore the rite of parting. That, to me, is...
Finally, someone in this frickin' city knows.
Now that you have come to borrow the bell, I guess that perhaps an old friend of mine has finally decided to take matters into their own hands. So, why would I be unwilling to lend you the bell? Oh? Well, if it came to that, they would find a certain old lady knocking at their door. We haven't met in a while anyway. It would be nice to share a drink and chat. Well, you must have things to do. Since you have the bell, you should return. Oh, and do tell the person who sent you that if they have time, they can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
Aww.
We will. Thanks, Granny.
Thank you, Granny.
Yeah, she's nice.
It's bigger on the inside. So after we drop this off and do whatever... And do whatever is next, I'm probably gonna call it there.
Yeah. Yeah, after every quest you do, see if you're able to go into co-op. Because if you are, that means you're done with that part of the quest.
Nope. The realm within. Okay, Zhongling. Also, some old lady wants you to have tea with her at any point.
Indeed. This is the cleansing bell. Let's place the perfume we've prepared inside. Of course. How would I know that the bell was with her otherwise?
That's suspicious. But if you don't want to talk about it, we won't pry. Oh, yes! That old granny asked us to tell you something.
Yeah.
If you have the time, you can come over for tea. I don't have much much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
That tone does not suit you. Still, her teapot is indeed very good. There are none better for brewing tea. When a suitable time arrives, I'll bring a spot of fine tea and pay her a visit.
What's the next step in our preparations?
Next, we need to purchase kites.
Kites?
Ooh, Paimon loves kites. Are you taking us kite flying? Is this our break time?
No. Kites are children's toys, yes. But they also play various symbolic roles in Liyue's rituals. I will explain it to you. But our next course of action should probably be to purchase the kites first.
Oh my gosh, my internet is taking a dump on me.
Curiouser.
Hello.
Okay, making sure, because my internet is not being nice.
Let's go get these kites. I kind of want to finish this before.
Yeah.
Hey, another granny.
Ah, sir, you're here. The 7 kites you asked for have been made to order. Would you like to take them now?
Yes, thank you.
It's rare to see customers who want to buy this type of kite nowadays. In the early days, we used to get orders from people of all walks of life.
Well, this is Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, so he's probably well versed in all these walks of life. We've talked about a whole bunch of things while traveling with him. He seems to know Liyue's favorite topics, money and government, really well, but he likes talking about less useful topics instead.
Well, that's because I prefer to share fun things with you.
What?
Children's toys are very fun things, that's for sure. I enjoy watching the children at play as much as anyone else. But there is more to it than that. Finely crafted toys are well loved by children, but this craft itself has been honed over thousands of years, and there is meaning behind that. I have made kites in Liyue for 40 years, and I am intimately familiar with the forms passed down from my ancestors. The meaning of these 7 kites is far from banal.
Indeed. These are decorations used in the rite of parting. The 7 kites represent the 7.
I took the liberty of coloring outside the lines when doing the insignia of the Animo Archon.
Aww.
As for the kite that honors the Drio Archon, one must follow the contract given right down to the last letter. These patterns are ancient, and you can also find them in the Golden House.
Ah, Paimon's heard that name before.
Yes.
The design of this kite displays a firm grasp on the cyclicality and eternity so dear to the Electro Archon. These markings of tree and leaf pay due honor to wisdom in the passage of time. All this on a single kite. Truly astonishing. Justice flows across the surface of the waters. War rages like a flame. As does that which the Cryo Archon once... Yes. These details are masterfully done.
The compliments of a learned man truly are pleasant.
Well then, Granny Shan, I shall take these back with me. As for the payment...
As for payment...
Allow me.
Child! Hey, child?
Hey, it's Child!
Getting bailed out by the rich kid.
No, I was merely passing through. I see Mr. Zhongli is the same as ever. When paying, well, when getting others to pay for him, he neither looks at the price tag nor his wallet. He knows a great deal about money, and about the trials of the common man. He just doesn't consider poverty to be something that could ever happen to him. Or perhaps you could say that he cannot imagine himself lacking money.
How has he not died of hunger yet?
Child, you are as fond of jokes as ever. Well then, since we've purchased our kites without incident, there's no need to take a break before moving to the next step in our preparations. The rite of parting requires helping hands as well as materials. We should be able to find some people near the harbor.
Oh, by the way, take this bag of money. You probably won't want to let Zhongli do the bargaining, if you know what I mean.
I'll try.
Seems I missed out on some interesting information. I suppose I'll just have to find a more opportune moment next time.
What does that mean, child? Find 3 workers. Okay. Yo!
Yeah, make sure you haggle the prices.
Hiring help?
You'll know what I mean.
Sure. But let me just say first that I'm a reserve member of the Adventurers Guild. I take adventuring commissions, but I don't do anything clerical.
Adventure? Venturing into the mountains to capture a few crystal flies seems adventurous enough.
That's not hard. Almost a bit too easy for a reserve adventurer. Never mind. I'll only charge you 15,000 Mora. What say you?
A most fair price.
No, let's negotiate. So 15. So how much? Okay, more on hand. 50,000. So I'm guessing the lower I go, the mood decreases.
Yeah, well, I'd say go somewhere in like the 15,000 range.
12,500. Okay, there's.
Because remember, you gotta hire 3 workers, so you gotta make the money last.
Five geocrystal flies. Yes, I do think it's worth about this much. I'll do it.
12,500. That's as much as I'll pay. Toe tack. Is this tic-tac-toe?
I didn't realize that till after I already hired all of them.
25,000 per day. A fair trade, yes?
25? No.
That's expensive. Could you give us a bit of a discount on account of the whole Hero of Mondstadt thing?
Hero of Mondstadt? Never heard of them.
Well, you may never have heard of this hero, but it seems you've heard of Mora nonetheless. Thus, I will simply pay the whole sum.
2,500. I need this money. I'm willing to go down to 17,500. That'll bring me down to 20,000.
This price will do. No loss to me for a day's work.
If this person's name is Tick, I swear to gosh. Do not mean to activate that. It is Tick! It is tic-tac-toe!
Oh, help? Sure. I, Tick, always put in 100% effort into everything I do. Of course, there'll be a premium if you want me to give 110%. So what's the job?
Let me see. We are still missing some wooden implements over at Eugene Terrace.
No problem. That'll be 20,000 Mora for a single trip. How does that
Hey, that's just enough. That's just enough to how much I have.
Done.
20,000. I had 20,000.
If you want to give it all, go ahead.
Is there anything I?
Nah, that should be nothing else.
Yeah, Chad won't accuse us of anything.
He'll accuse you of something no matter what.
Just for sake. 1,500.
You mean 1,000?
15,000.
Mm-hmm. If they 1,500, that'd be a slap in the face to him.
Deal. This price is reasonable. I'll hop right to it.
There, and we spared 5,000. And we spared 5,000 more.
Oh, these Spider-Man.
Child!
All finished then? Splendid. Any leftover cash is yours.
You
to
don't
keep.
take one image.
A favor for the Fatui.
Oh! Any leftover cash? Yeah, I gave 5,000 more. Nice.
You think you can buy us
Told ya.
off with some loose change? No way! Paimon demands to know when the next payment is coming.
Paimon!
Well, how does this sound? You give me the information I need, and maybe I'll leave the Northland Bank's vaults open and unattended for half an hour.
What info do you need?
No!
Does that mean you know what he's after?
I'm forgetting what happened at Monster.
You're right, Signora!
You both need to calm down. I don't know what's gotten into you.
I'm sorry, PTSD.
Just what is this about? The atmosphere got so tense all of a sudden.
PTSD, I'll just say
Next,
that.
we need some everlasting incense. For this, we need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy, the finest pharmacy in all of... Is everything okay?
Everything is fine. I was just informing them that they need not return the surplus Mora. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be going.
Paimon definitely felt like Child wasn't happy
Tic
with
Tac and Toad.
Oh, Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Tic Tac Toad, I frickin'. As soon as I saw one was named Toe. Like, no one is named Toe.
These people are. Have you seen some of the weird names they have?
The Boo Boo Pharmacy. Boo Boo Pharmacy. Take one down, pass it around to the Boo Boo Pharmacy. Still, no one... I'm just going based on real life standards. No one would seriously be named Toe.
No, I almost won with the new gauntlets.
Huh. The reception is
They're fun.
deserted.
I'll tell you that.
And it seems kind of spooky in here. Hello? Is anybody
Yeah, you're
there?
about Boo Boo Pharmacy. You're about to meet one of the most popular characters in Genshin.
Ooh. Who's there?
Did you hear that? Where did it come from?
Are you a short stack?
The reception, it seems.
How about you go check it out, and Paimon will bring up the rear.
Can't you just float over? Hello? Oh, it's you!
Chi-chi!
The zombie girl, if I'm correct?
Yep. And you're about to meet someone else.
Hey, Chi-Chi!
Oh, there you are. But you can't even reach the counter.
Rem, you don't like snakes, right?
Oh, frick. I can't... The one of these options, Paimon never going to talk about height. I really want to say that. Is she a zombie? I don't know which one to choose. Do I go with the...
Paimon one.
Joke's on you. Paimon floats, so height is no restriction.
You're still small.
Anyway, there's something
A zombie?
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy. I am Chi-Chi.
Hey,
Once
Chi-Chi.
upon a time, Chi-Chi died. Then, Chi-Chi was saved by the Adepti. Now, Chi-Chi is a zombie.
Such nonchalant delivery for a bombshell revelation.
Something like this would be unimaginable in Mondstadt.
Hello, little girl. Do you sell everlasting incense here?
Excuse me, sir. Did you bring your prescription?
Her monotonous voice. Okay, I like her.
Surely no prescription is needed to purchase everlasting incense. It's not a controlled substance.
Chi-Chi can get your medicine, but only if you show Chi-Chi your prescription. These are Chi-Chi's orders from Chi-Chi.
So she speaks in third person. Okay, like Paimon.
Zombies are limited to acting within the confines of their orders. And somehow in this case, the zombie issues her own orders to herself. My dear Chi-Chi, we didn't bring a prescription, I'm afraid. But we do hope that you can still help us find some everlasting incense.
Okay then.
How did you manage that?
But Chi-Chi helps you. You help Chi-Chi. Only fair.
Fair.
Since when do customers need to do favors for customer service staff?
Never mind. Just think of it as a peer-to-peer transaction. That way everybody wins. Sometimes in Liyue, the art of the deal is simply about victory via mental gymnastics.
Go to Mount Tianheng, find the Guizhou Ballista, and hunt a
Here
Coco
comes one of the
goat.
memes. Genshin.
Please and thank you.
Coco Goat. Hunt the what with which? Hunt the what with what? That's a tongue twister. Hunt the what with the witch at where? I say that 5 times fast.
Guizhou Ballista. I have heard of this device
Hunt
before.
the blip.
It's a kind of crossbow turret.
Hunt the
Installed on
what
Mount
with
Chinhong
the
by
witch
an
at
adeptus in
where?
the distant past. An early mechanical device.
I had to
Located in
read it in
Chinhong
order to
Pass.
say that.
It was designed to
I know.
automatically fire
Even
at
still,
large
you almost
monsters,
messed up.
protecting Liyue from external threats.
Oh, I'm glad the creators threw that in there.
Hunt the what with the. I can't even.
Apparently not quite. This is the first
I cannot say that
heard
fast.
of the Coco.
You can't even say that once.
Animal, an adeptabeast.
An adeptabeast.
No, just that the Coco goat is a legendary animal. An adeptabeast. What it looks like, don't know. Where to find it, don't know either. Where it came from, also don't know.
Don't know, don't know, don't know.
Very well then. Let's start by investigating near the Guizhou Ballista. Perhaps we will find some clues.
What the heck is a Coco goat?
I have no idea, Paimon. Don't know, don't know, don't know. Okay, this is near a teleporter. Alright, the closest teleporter is here because I'm not walking.
Get ready for a few fights, by the way.
I can't expect as much.
Oh, Coco Goat. Oh dear.
Is that a meme go around Genshin?
Yes.
With Geoculus. Geoculus way up there, I have to guess. But I'll check this first. Looks like it's broken.
It's huge. Paimon can totally believe it took an Adeptus to build this. But how do you operate this thing? Just think how much strength you would need.
I don't look like it's in operating condition.
It is currently inoperable in any case. This device is broken.
What? It broke?
After millennia of wear and tear, even Adepti contraptions are difficult to maintain.
So what are we gonna do? Quick, Mr. Zhongli, use your unlimited high society knowledge powers.
You almost make it sound like I'm some sort of bourgeois parasite whose only utility lies in providing quaint pieces of trivia on demand.
Well, you've been doing that for, I don't know.
That said, let me think for a moment. Ah, yes. Spare parts were made for the Guizhong Ballista when it was first built, in case it was damaged in battle. As I recall, there is a military supply post from that period somewhere inside the pass. If we can retrieve the spare parts from where they are stored, we may be able to repair the Guizhong Ballista. One just needs to understand the basic working principles of the device.
So, what you're saying is that you actually understand the working principles?
I have a smattering of knowledge on the topic.
You have everything up there, don't you?
With the parts in hand, I could at least tinker with it.
The military post is...
Where is that supply post? Care post...
I'm guessing it's... I'm opening it.
It might be easier if you just follow through with all the attacks. Or I don't know if you had the final attack thing there. The final Geo attack slice.
Well, I don't have Geo on my Traveler.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm stupid.
Repair!
Ah, these parts look useful. One moment. I will try to repair the device. It is done. The Guizhong Ballista is more intricately designed than I thought.
Now how do we turn it on?
It's easy enough. We simply need to do this. Look, it even has a scope.
Over here we have... nothing. And over there... more nothing.
Hey! Just what do you think you're doing?
Oh, hello there!
So you fixed up this turret because you're planning to do what, exactly?
Not a turret. A Guizhong Ballista. Also, kindly state your name before you ask a question. It's just good manners.
Are you blind or something? You're looking at the leader of the treasure hoarders. Oh, this area's supposed to be chock full of hidden treasures. But you can't get anywhere near them with this thing keeping watch. It might look like any other mechanical device, but trust me, it's got a mind of its own. Last time we approached the mountain, it nearly skewered one of our guys. A few of us risked our lives to disarm it, which amazingly we managed. And then we turn our backs for 2 seconds, and you've already gone and repaired it? The next thing you'll be repairing is your faces, and that's if you get out of this alive!
Tut tut. Vandalizing the legacy of an Adeptus for selfish gain. Disgraceful behavior. It is not we who need reprimanding, but you.
Well, time to beat up some guys. Well, that guy's dead.
Cut to the chase.
You.
Speed of light.
You're open.
Wait, what?
What?
There's one more?
You didn't kill the archer guy.
Where did he go?
You knocked him off the edge.
How'd you survive this fall?
The higher world rank, the more HP they have. At the rate you are, they won't die to a fall unless it's much higher.
Oh, great.
Lightning. Let's bolt.
Come on. Okay. That was weird climbing. Oh my
I
god.
just saw that weird climbing thing you did.
Yeah.
That happened to me once.
Don't blink.
Have a little taste.
Sword comes shadow.
Luckily it's raining, so Kaching will do a lot of damage.
Yep. Now where is this guy? Oh my gosh.
The hunter becomes the hunted.
Hey, caramba.
Oh my gosh.
Ready, steady, go!
Oh my gosh.
Speed of light.
You may want to use the Traveler's Tornado.
You're open. Wind blade. With the wind. You're open.
Have a nice fall. Okay, what? Oh my god, where did this guy go? Where did this guy fall to? Please tell me he's back up here.
Yeah. You don't have the danger thing on you, so I'm pretty sure he's up back up. If you or them go out of a certain area, they lose interest in you.
There, frick you! Wait, there's another one?
What?
Cut to the chase.
Gosh. Finally!
These little lights didn't know who they were messing with.
Troubling ourselves over this rabble is not worth the time. We should focus on our contract with Chi-Chi.
Oh yeah, that! So we've got the Guizhong ballista working, but where's our Coca goat?
Coco Goat, I don't know.
Search using the Guizhong ballista revealed no significant life forms nearby, save for the usual wildlife. What's more, a contraption built using Adeptus technology should have no trouble detecting an Adeptabeast, as Chi-Chi put it.
Which means... the Paimon wouldn't go that far. We did something positive, right?
We won't solve anything while standing here and racking our brains. Let's return to Boo Boo Pharmacy. Explain that we could not find a Coco Goat, and review our next step.
Good idea. We did our best, and that's what counts.
Sorry, Chi-Chi, we don't know where the freaking Coco Goat is. Does it actually exist?
I'm not saying a word. You've got to find out.
Does it actually exist, mister? I swear I will slap you. Oh. Oh, it's not right. Okay, it's not raining anymore. Okay.
It doesn't rain in the cities.
Well, that's kind of suck. Oh god, that would have been a nice detail.
Well, yeah. Did you ever notice it raining in Mondstadt?
Hey, Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi! Ah, my foot's asleep. Pins and needles.
Forgive us. We were unable to fulfill our end of the contract. We found no trace of the Coco Goat Adeptabeast of which you speak.
What a disappointment. Don't worry about it. But I
Aww.
feel very disappointed.
Aw, poor Chi-Chi. Why does Paimon feel so guilty all of a sudden?
Do you have any...
Coco goat milk is tasty.
Oh.
So tasty. Much better than normal goat milk. Only an Adeptabeast could make such tasty milk.
Oh, so you just want to drink the milk?
I'm sorry. I have a poor memory. I cannot remember the name of the milk. That's why I wrote it down. Where did I put it?
I can imagine a zombie doesn't have much memory.
Ah, here.
Nope.
This is the name. Coconut milk.
Wait, can we actually get Chi-Chi as a wish? Can we get Chi-Chi as a wish?
Yes.
Okay.
I owe you
She's
both
a 5-star.
I hastily agreed
Oh,
to
nice.
what appeared to be an equitable agreement with this zombie child, when perhaps I should have undertaken further due diligence.
Never mind, Zhongli. You didn't know. As the Liyue proverb goes, all things are random and, so how
Yeah, I'm saving up my 10 wishes for standard wish this time.
Excuse me, everyone. Did Chi-Chi say a bad thing?
No, you didn't.
Sorry, but Paimon's gonna leave the job of shattering this poor kiddo's world to you.
No. Impossible.
Seems Chi-Chi took this pretty hard.
Okay.
Someone learnt a valuable life lesson today, then. Thank you all for looking after my little Chi-Chi.
Who the frig are you and why do you have a snake?
Might I ask who?
I see you met the owner of the pharmacy.
Boss of the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Oh, he's the only Dendro user?
That's currently in the game, yes. I don't know about Yao Yao. She's the only other confirmed Dendro user that's ever been in the game. She was in the beta.
Wait, the way Snake speaks! Just keep the snake. Just keep the snake away from me. I'm good.
For anyone not knowing, Remnant does not like snakes one bit.
Yeah.
I prefer to stay silent, but faced with strangers, I must speak, lest you mistake me for an escapee from the medicine cabinet, for I am a living, breathing serpent.
Don't mind Chung Sheng. She's a good girl, really. As for you three, communal chaos causing with Chi-Chi aside, what business brings you here?
Do you sell everlasting incense in this fine establishment?
Everlasting incense? Why, of course we do.
Whew, at last, things are finally starting to come together.
3 million more. Top quality. Guaranteed.
3 million?
We'll just rob the Golden House. Oh, but the Cheesing have taken it over for now. Security will be tighter than usual.
3 million. An innocuous number in and of itself. Though practically speaking, it could be a hard sum to come by.
It's a crazy number. We'd never be able to make that much more. And as for Mr. Zhongli, he's around 3 million short.
Yeah.
This is correct.
No shame.
What are we gonna do? Is this the part where we go crawling back to Child?
20 minutes later.
Coco Goat! Coco Goat! My sides hurt. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe you fell for that.
Were you laughing out there the entire time for these 20 minutes? I swear to gosh, I'm gonna slap you too!
Hey, less laughter, more sympathy.
I'm almost in tears over here. Thank you. That was the best laugh I've had in a long time. In return, I'm more than happy to sort out this mess you've managed to get yourselves into. Excuse me, sir. Dr. Baiju, isn't it? Truly honored. I'm Child, one of the Fatui Harbingers. Forgive my audacity, but I see a great many opportunities for us to collaborate in the future. If Boo Boo Pharmacy needed a stable supply of, say, coconut milk, the Fatui could help by setting up
You
a
wanted to
robust
slap
and speedy distribution
Tartagia, right?
Frick you.
Well, you get the chance to beat the crap out of him. That's all I'm saying.
With seductive deals, but so much fuss over coconut milk?
Coconut milk. Baiju, quick. Chi-Chi wants coconut milk.
I'm guessing Chi-Chi and Baiju are, I guess, a partnership, I guess.
Baiju is I guess technically Chi-Chi's boss? I'm not entirely sure.
Anything you want. Thank you, Child. I look forward to a successful collaboration in the future. I can give you a discount on that everlasting incense, too. Let's say 2,990,000 more.
That's like 0 difference from 3 million.
2,990,000.
Wait, hold on. I need to count this.
In and of itself, though practically speaking, it is a whole 10,000 less than the original sum of 3 million. Well, now that this is settled, we must head back to Yujing Terrace. Mr. Child, Dr. Baiju, little Miss Chi-Chi, see you soon.
That lot is an absolute riot. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I laughed so hard. So, you've been eavesdropping, I hope. What have I missed?
Yes, Master Child. They spoke of the Qixing taking the Golden House.
Well, well, well. Ningguang and her Qi-Sing cronies. What else would they be hiding in the Golden House? If not the Exuvia. I apologize, but I warned you, didn't I? As the old Leo saying goes, the walls have ears.
Oh, great. Respecting cultural whatever. Oh my gosh. Cannot do co-op since it still has a thing on it.
Ew.
My gosh, how long?
He just wants to end the stream.
Also, hey Chi-Chi, how are you?
This is good. There will be coconut milk from now on.
So can I visit her anytime or?
It's good.
No, unfortunately.
Aww. Hello, Dendro user.
Odd exchange we've had. Well, I look forward to your patronage in the future as well.
That sound is the laughter of a man who's found new people to fleece. Consider yourselves warned.
Just keep your steak away from me and we're on good terms. Yeah, just keep the snake away from me and we're on good terms. I just do not like snakes. I might have to end the stream here. It depends on what this next thing.
I think this may be the last part, I'm not sure.
As it stands, we've hired helpers, and we've acquired the everlasting incense.
Oh my gosh, it's past
completion
8
of our
o'clock.
preparations is not far off.
Woo! Finally!
Well, traveler, have you gained anything from our adventure so far?
It's been odd.
Which is it, I wonder? The questions that such travels raise are ever so complicated. Well, I'll leave you to ruminate over it yourself. As to remuneration for your help, I've decided to treat you to a meal.
Jialing treating?
Oh, yes, don't worry. I will remember to bring the Mora.
You better bring Mora!
Tonight, I shall take you both to an old hole in the wall, praised throughout Lyra.
Hole in the wall? As in a cool restaurant?
Indeed. Let us meet near the harbor, at third round knockout.
Long goodbye. Oh, I could enter co-op again?
Oh, I guess you were done with that quest.
See if you could join me. I'll test it.
I'm not on Genshin.
You want to get on Genshin to test it?
I'm good. If you're able to do co-op, then you should be fine. As long as it doesn't have that symbol. Yeah, wait until the following day. That usually means you're good.
Well, I got 5 wishes. Maybe I can get the one more 10 wish on Ula.
Yeah. Alright.
Anyways, this has been Rendon Elementor. Gosh dang. Zhao Li, get some more of your own.
What do you think of the other characters you met?
I like Chi-Chi. She's nice.
Yeah, she's one of the best characters in Genshin. Anyone who says otherwise can fight me.
That Dendro user, he's alright.
I think he's Dendro. I'm not entirely sure.
I saw the
Oh, is that like a little green one?
Yeah.
Okay.
What other characters I meet? I didn't meet much.
No, I think those are the only ones you met so far.
Alright, well, and Zhang Li, broke-ass mother trucker.
So you think?
Yeah, it sure acts like it.
He just forgets to carry any on him.
Get
He's
a-
rich, you'll see.
Get a credit card!
Boy.
Alright. I hope all you elementals enjoyed. I have been joined by K-Wolf Omega.
What up?
And see you next week for more Genshin Impact.
Yep.
See ya.
Peace.